As you can see in the intro, this video is all about the 10 most haunted places around the globe. The scariest time of the year is upon us, so grab the popcorn, and perhaps a blanket to hide under and enjoy the most haunted places around the globe. Haunted place number 10. Hoia Forest, Romania. From the moment a military technician captured a photograph of a UFO hovering over the forest in 1968, Hoia has gained paranormal notoriety around the globe, with some believing it to be a portal that causes visitors to disappear. According to The Independent, those who have passed through the forest without being zapped into another realm have reported rashes, nausea, and feelings of anxiety, known as the Bermuda Triangle of Transylvania. The spooky curved trees that populate the forest add to the eerie atmosphere. Haunted place number 9. Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel, Canada. Built in 1888 to encourage tourism and sell train tickets, this shadow-style hotel sits pretty by the Rocky Mountains in Banff National Park. But it gets a tad more gothic once you get inside, and we aren't talking about the architecture. The Calgary Herald has reported several resident ghosts, including a bride who supposedly fell down the stone staircase during her wedding. But there's a less tragic spirit, too, Sam the bellman, who worked at the hotel until 1975 and claimed he'd come back to haunt the joint. His spirit supposedly pulls shifts helping people with their bags before disappearing. Haunted place number 8. Château de Brissac, Quince, France. One of France's tallest castles, the 7-story Château de Brissac is perhaps best known as the home of the Green Lady, also known as the Ghost of Charlotte of France. The Château's website tells the legend of Charlotte, the illegitimate daughter of King Charles Roman VII, who was murdered by her husband after he discovered her having an affair. Named for the color of her dress when she was killed, Green Lady can be found roaming the chapel's tower room and moaning in the early hours of the morning. Haunted place number 7. Stanley Hotel, Estes Park, Co. The Stanley Hotel's stately Georgian architecture and world-renowned whiskey bar have lured travelers to Estes Park since opening in 1909. But the hotel reached new levels of fame after inspiring Stephen King to create The Shining's fictional Overlook Hotel. That eerie association aside, many other ghost sightings and some mysterious piano music have been connected to the hotel, and the Stanley Hotel leans into its reputation with nightly ghost tours and psychic consultations from the in-house Madame Vera. Haunted place number 6. Whaley House, San Diego, Ca. Thomas Whaley built this family estate in 1857 on the former site of San Diego's first public gallows. Shortly after he moved in, he reported hearing the heavy footsteps of Yankee Jim Robinson, a drifter and thief who was hanged on the site 4 years before the house was built. Whaley's family history was filled with tragic deaths and suicides, many of which occurred inside the home itself. According to the Whaley House Museum, some family members still haunt the landmark, often accompanied by cigar smoke and the smell of heavy perfume. Haunted place number 5. Edinburgh Castle, Scotland. One of the biggest attractions in Scotland's capital city is also considered to be one of its most haunted. With sections dating back more than 900 years, the historic fortress's ancient dungeons have led visitors to the castle to report sightings of colonial prisoners from the American Revolutionary War, French prisoners from the 7 Years' War, and even the ghost of a dog wandering the castle's dog cemetery. Haunted place number 4. Oriental Theater, formerly Iroquois Theater, Chicago. Ghosts are said to haunt the Oriental Theater, formerly the Iroquois Theater, in the Loop area of downtown Chicago, where almost 600 people perished after a fire famously broke out in 1903. Writes Atlas Obscura, even though the theater was completely rebuilt and rebranded, spirits of the dead remained. Apparitions have been seen in Death Alley, the street behind the theater where bodies were stacked after the disaster, a common stop on many a Chicago ghost tour. Haunted place number 3. RMS Queen Mary, Long Beach, Ca. Aside from a brief stint as a warship in World War II, the RMS Queen Mary served as a luxury ocean liner from 1936 to 1967. It was the site of at least one murder, a sailor being crushed to death by a door in the engine room, and children drowning in the pool. The city of Long Beach purchased the ship in 1967 and turned it into a hotel, and it still serves that purpose today, although the reported ghosts of the deceased passengers get to stay for free. For an extra dose of spine-tingling experiences, try and visit the ship's engine room, considered by many to be a hotbed of paranormal activity. Haunted place number 2. Poveglia Island, Venice. Less than half a mile from the canals of Venice, Poveglia Island has served as a quarantine zone for bubonic plague victims, storage space for Napoleon's weapons, and the site of an early 20th century insane asylum. The asylum played host to horrific medical experiments, reports the Travel Channel, and finally closed for good when a doctor threw himself off the institution's bell tower. Locals still claim to hear echoing chimes from the island even though the bell was removed decades ago. It's illegal to visit Poglia today, but you can see the island and decaying hospital safely from the beaches of nearby Lido. Haunted place number 1. The Langham Hotel, London, England. The spirits are so active at this 153-year-old hotel, they drove out several English national team cricket players back in 2014, who cited sudden heat and lights, and an unexplained presence during the night. Ghosts have long been associated with the Tony Hotel, says Visit Britain, and it's thought to house elite spirits such as former resident Emperor Louis Napoleon Roman III, and a German prince who jumped to his death from his upper-level window. So this is all the haunted places we make a list of. Don't visit these places alone. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you really like it, then subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tenley Hub.